Hi students, today's video is on -to commands. So these are a little bit different than regular to commands. So please make sure that you do follow along carefully. A -to command, as with any negative command, it is telling someone what not to do or not to do something. So you might say, don't drink a lot of water, or don't eat junk food, or don't talk, something like that. Anything that would start with no in Spanish. So we have a couple of steps. The first step is to write the verb in the yo form. So this is kind of like how we form instead commands. Then you're going to drop the O from the yo form of the verb, and you're going to add the opposite to form ending. So that means if it's an AR verb, you're going to add ES. And if it's an ER or an IR verb, you're going to add AS. Okay, and then you need to add no before your command. So let's do a little bit of practice. So let's put all of these verbs below into the yo form. So we have usar, uso, beber, bebo, leer, leo, hacer, hago, traer, traigo, pedir, pido. So notice how if it's a boot verb, it will still change in its boot because the yo form is within the boot. The go verbs will also maintain their go in the yo form. So when we put it in the to command, we need to take off our O and add the opposite ending. And then don't forget to add your no. So these will all start with no in the beginning. Uso, that's an AR verb, so we're going to take off our O. Our command is going to be no uses. Beber, ER verb, we're going to add the opposite ending, no bebas. Leer is going to be no leas, because it's an ER verb. Hacer is an ER verb, so we're going to add AR endings. No hagas, because all we take off is our O from the yo form. Traer, no traigas. And pedir, no pidas. Okay? Now we do have a couple of irregulars. Our cargo and our verbs, just like with our usted and ustedes commands, these do need to change to a QU since we're or QU or a Z or a GU or a C, I'm sorry, in order to maintain the pronunciation. So we have the yo forms are normal, saco, apago, empiezo. But when we write it in the negative command, we need to change it to a QU. No saques. With the GAR verbs, we need to change them to a GU. No apagues. And with the ZAR verbs, we change it to a C. No empieces. Now we do have a couple of irregulars that are in themselves are irregular. Not that they're cargars are verbs or boot verbs, but these are irregular commands that are negative. So we have the verb saber, which is sepas. So the command would be no sepas. Ir, no vayas. Dar would be no des. Estar, no estés. And ser, no seas. So, what do all of these have in common? I want you to go ahead and think about that and write your answer on the line below. So just like how we use commands with DOPs when they're positive, we can also use commands with pronouns when they're negative. But there is something different. Pronouns will always appear before negative commands. You can never, ever, 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 never, ever attach them to a negative command. It always must come before. So for example, I might say, don't drink the juice. I would say, no lo bebas. Okay? Since this is a negative command, it's going to come before. If I wanted to tell you to drink it, I would say, bébelo. Okay, and then it would be attached. But with negative commands, your pronouns need to go before the command verb. So between the no and the command. All right, so what I want you to do here is go ahead and in this left column for each of these verbs, I want you to write the present tense yo form of that verb. And then I want you to write the negative command. Be very careful with maquillarse, because that one has a command. Okay, so make sure that you are cautious of that.